Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, our group will present about effect of plastic pollution of marine life. So, firstly, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Nura Aida binti Shahrom.
My name is Izzati Atira.
My name is Yasmin Shamimi.
My name is Nuatika.
My name is Nuratika Aliyawiti Nazarudin.
Alright, so first, I would like to do introduction. So, plastic pollution has emerged as one of the most critical environmental challenges of our time. Each year, millions of tons of plastic waste find their way into the world's oceans, posing severe threats of marine life. Marine animals, including fish, turtles, seabirds, and marine mammals, are particularly vulnerable as they ingest plastic particles or become entangled in larger debris. The pollution disrupts marine ecosystem, threatens biodiversity, and can ultimately affect human health through the consumption of seafood contaminated with microplastic. So the background is when the plastic pollution refers to the accumulation of plastic object particles, example plastic bottles, bags, and microplastic in Earth environment, particularly in oceans where it harm wildlife, marine ecosystem, and human population. Despite growing awareness, the influx in plastic into marine environments continues, resulting in complex environmental challenges that require urgent scientific, regulatory, and societal attention. The statement of the problem is when, despite widespread awareness and various initiatives to reduce plastic usage, marine pollution caused by plastic waste continues to increase. Marine creatures often make plastic for food, leading to fatal consequences such as internal injuries, blockage, and malnutrition. Entrenchment in plastic material also cause physical harm and restrict movement, often resulting in death. So the purpose of this study is to investigate the extent and nature of the impact that plastic pollution has on marine life. The study seeks to examine how various types of plastic waste, including microplastic, macroplastic, and abandoned fish gear affect the health, behavior, and survival of marine organisms. Additionally, the research aimed to explore ecological consequences of plastic pollution on marine biodiversity and ecosystem functioning. What is the objective is to identify the primary sources of plastic pollution affecting marine environment, to examine the biological and physical impact of plastic indigestion and endangerment of marine species, to assess the long-term ecological effect of plastic pollution on marine biodiversity. Lastly, is to propose strategies to mitigate the impact of plastic pollution on marine ecosystem. And the significance of study is for several reasons. First is contribute to the growing body of academic literature on marine pollution, offering a focused examination of plastic impacts on marine life. And then the second is study provide valuable insight for policymakers, environmentalists, and conservation organizations to develop more effective strategies and regulation. Last is by raising awareness among the public and stakeholders. This research encourages more responsible consumer behavior and community engagement in combating plastic pollution. The scope of the study is limited to studying the effects of plastic pollution on marine organisms and ecosystem in oceanic coastal environments. It does not cover the impact of plastic on freshwater bodies or the socio-economic aspect of plastic pollution in depth. The study draws primarily on secondary data from existing scientific literature and case studies conducted in various parts of the world. I will pass to the next presenter.
So next is the literature review. So first, we start with definition of the effect of plastic pollution on marine life. So first, what is plastic pollution? It is actually means it is the buildup of synthetic materials like bags, bottles, and also fishing nets in the ocean. The material that doesn't break down easily. This pollution harms marine animals through things like ingestion, entanglement, and also chemical exposure. According to UNEP 2016, plastic pollution is now reaches even the most remote parts of the ocean, that making a truly global problem. Next is causes of the effect plastic pollution on marine life. So the main causes is plastic pollution include the overproduction, poor waste system, and also human behavior like littering. Each year, about 8 million tons of plastic enter the ocean. It is mostly from coastal areas with weak waste management, according to Jembeck ETAL 2015, and it gets more even worse when plastic break down into microplastic, which are even harder to clean up. Without a better laws and also public awareness, the problem keep growing. So third is theory and models related to the effect of plastic pollution. Okay, so it is really, and to really understand the effect of plastic pollution, we rely on several scientific models. From the Brenner's ecology system theory reminds us that pollution is one of the part of an ecosystem, can impact the whole food web. It is toxicology models explain on how harmful chemicals and from plastic build up in animals over time. This is known as bioaccumulation, Rochman ETL 2013, and behavioral models like the concept of ecological traps, Scaliper ETL 2002, show how animals are fooled into eating plastic or using it in harmful ways. So fourth is research in the effect of plastic pollution on marine life. So the research give us hard evidence of just how serious this issue is, which is study shows that over 19% of seabird have eaten plastic, which is can lead to injury or even worse, death. So in Marine Biological Association, UK, plastic and entanglement harms animals like turtles and also still 1,000 of cases are reported every year, which is from Conservancy 2020. Scientists also found that plastic carry a toxic chemicals and can disrupt the ecosystem at every level. So from the GESAMP 2016, Rochman ETAL 2013, it also, from all of these points, it is to an urgent need for us to do a stronger solution in the future. So that's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter.
Okay. Today, I will presenting the methodology section of our research, which is the effects of plastic pollution on marine life. I will explain the respondents involved, the research instrument used, how we collected the data, and how the data was analyzed. So for the first one is our target respondents, our respondent of the study. Our target respondents were students from UniKL MyTech. This included both students staying in hostel and those living outside campus. We distributed the questionnaire to students from various courses to get a wider range of opinions. In total, 35 students responded. We selected them because they are likely to have at least some awareness and environmental issues, making them suitable for a study focused on plastic pollution and its effect on marine life. So the second one is research instrument use. The main research tool we used was a closed-ended questionnaire. It contained about 12 questions and was divided into 4 main sections. These sections were demographics, awareness and knowledge, perception on the effects of plastic pollution, and the lastly is attitude and actions. Before we distribute the final version of the questionnaire, we tested it with 5 students. This was to make sure the questions were clear and valid and that the respondents would understand them easily. So the third one is data collection procedure. We follow a quantitative research approach for collecting data. The process began with a well-defined and structured research topic. Then, as I mentioned earlier, we tested the questionnaire with a small group of students to ensure everything was accurate. After that, we shared the questionnaire through several UniKL MyTech WhatsApp groups. This included hostels group and the Info MyTech group. The data collection process lasts for 1 week, and in that time, we successfully collected response from 35 students. And the last day was data analysis. Once we collected, we move on to data analysis. We focus on 4 key variables: awareness, knowledge, perception, and actions related to the plastic pollution. The response showed that many students had limited awareness and mixed opinions about how plastic pollution affects marine life. We use frequency counts and simple statistical tools to identify trends in their response. These findings suggest a need for stronger environmental education and awareness programs, especially those that promote better waste management and help reduce plastic use. Doing so would play an important role in protecting our marine ecosystem. That's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter, Shamimi.
Okay, thank you, Alia Atika. So my name is Yasmin Shamimi and I'll be presenting about the finding and discussion. So based on the questionnaire that we already distributed, there are 4 main sections. First is demographic, second is awareness and knowledge, third is perception on effects of plastic pollution, and lastly is attitude and action. So as for the demographic, the first graph and the first question we ask is their group age. So as you can see from the graph, there are 97.1% who voted they are around the age of 18 to 25. Meanwhile, only one respondent that voted that they are ages 26 and above. So the second one is courses. So as we can see, the majority of the students that participate in this questionnaire is majority is the Bachelor in Industrial Logistics students. Meanwhile, only one student who is in the Diploma Quality Engineering voted in this questionnaire. And the last question that we asked in the demographic section is semester of study. So half of it, which is 57.1% of the students voted that they are in the semester 2. And only 1% voted that they are in the semester 4, and only 1% voted that they are in the semester 7. Next, we go to the next section, which is awareness and knowledge. So we ask the public, did they aware that the plastic pollution affects marine life? So 97.1% answered yes, and only one respondent answered no. Next, we ask, which of the following marine animal did you think that are most affected by plastic pollution? So we give them 4 options and they can choose as many as they want. And majority voted that sea turtles and fish are the most affected by plastic pollution. Meanwhile, seabirds is the least voted. And the last question in this section is, do you know how plastic enters the question? So 88.6% answered yes, and 11.4% answered maybe, meaning that they are not sure whether they're aware or not about how plastics enters the ocean. So the next section, which is the perception on effects of plastics pollution. So we ask the public, in your opinion, how serious is the impact of plastic pollution on marine life? There are 5 categories, which is very serious, moderate, not serious, and not sure. So 74.3% answered that it is a very serious impact of plastic pollution onto marine life. Meanwhile, 22.9% or equal to 8 respondents answered that it was serious. Meanwhile, only one respondent answered that it is not a serious impact of plastic pollution on marine life. So the next question that we ask is, which of the following effect of plastic pollution on marine life that you aware of? So they are ingestion of plastics, entanglement leading to injuries, destruction of food chain, reproductive problem, and habitat destruction. So the respondent may choose as many as they want that they are feel related to. So majority answered that that plastic pollution would cause habitat destruction of food chain, ingestion of plastic by marine life, and also disrupted of food chain. So they may be not aware that plastic pollution may also cause reproductive problem in marine life. And the last question we ask is, do you believe plastic pollution can lead to species extinction in marine environment? So 91.4% answered yes, and 8.6% equal to 3% answered no, that they do not believe that plastic pollution can lead to species extinction in in marine environment. So the last one is attitude and action section. So we ask the respondent, do you take any action to reduce plastic pollution? So majority answered yes, and only 9 respondents answered sometimes. Next question we ask is, would you support policies that ban a single-use plastic to protect marine life? So 88.6% answered yes, and 3 people answered no. Meanwhile, only one respondent answered, uh, sorry, my bad. I may repeat it. So we asked the question, would you support the policies that ban single-use plastic to protect marine life? So majority, which is 31 respondent, answered yes. Meanwhile, 3 respondent answered maybe, and only 1 respondent answered no. So the last one we asked is, in your opinion, what action should be taken to solve this problem? So we gave them 4 solution, and they may choose as many as they want. So the the four the four selection that we provide with them is, first is to reduce or to stop single-use plastic, second is spread awareness, third is recycle, and fourth is strict regulation. Majority answered that action that should be taken is to reduce or stop the single-use plastics. And the second podium is spreading awareness, which is 10 respondent answered to this question, and then following by only 7 respondent choose recycle, and 6 respondent choose strict regulation. Next, I'll be passing to the next presenter.
We present the general meeting single-use plastic like big and straw and encourage reusable alternative will also help reduce waste. Collaboration with NGOs for cleanup and awareness event is encouraged, along with investing in eco-friendly system and using biodegradable materials. Organizing student involved community teams up for responsibility and environmental care. Next is method recommendation. Future research shall involve 1,000 unique and market students, equally divided between male and female. This will provide stronger, more balanced data to identify which marine species are most at risk and help create target conservation strategies. Last is future recommendation. Reducing plastic pollution is crucial for long-term marine life protection. But it requires time and resources. The benefit outweighs it. Institutes should invest in environmental education and partner with global cleanup programs. This not only strengthens their role in conservation but also gives students valuable and That's all.
Alright, lastly will be conclusion. So this study looked at how plastic pollution affects marine life. It examined how animals suffer from eating plastic or getting entangled in it, and how their habitat are being damaged. The findings highlight that addressing this issue requires global cooperation and strong action. The objectives were revisited throughout the study were to identify where plastic comes from, explore its effect on marine species, and understand its ecological impact and find ways to reduce it. Findings from past research show that plastic ingestion can cause internal injuries or death to animals, according to Gale and Thompson 2015, and entanglement can lead to restricted movement or drowning. Microplastic, in particular, are growing concern as they enter deep sea food chain and potentially affect human through seafood consumption. However, the study has some limitation. It relies on only existing data without new field work or first-hand observation. The geographic focus was limited and the research mainly addressed biological and environmental impacts, not for the social or economic dimensions. That's all from us. Thank you very much.